team, these are my Ridgeview Mid hiking boots from our favourite sandal brand, Teva. When I got these, I was after a few things in the boot. I wanted something versatile, I wanted something that could handle a heavy pack, and I wanted something that was going to be really good on ascents and descents. And these held up really well. So first thing with the fit, Teva have quite a wide to mid width on the shoe, so you get quite a spacey toe box, which I personally loved because when you're coming down on a steep decline you don't get that squash in the toe. But then they have their lacing system all the way to the top here, so you get a snug fit and you don't get any heel slipping. So that was basically a tick for the ascents and the descents. A lot of boots that I've had in the past have seemed great on little day hikes or even just a few hours or something longer but with no weight, and then as soon as I've added a pack I've been a bit disappointed in the performance, whereas these are advertised as a multi-day boot and they do fit the bill. I carried our little daughter Etta in a Poco Osprey, so that weighs a few kilos and she weighs 11 or so, and I haven't ever had any blisters, so she's heavy but my feet were able to survive the journeys, and that was basically down to the shoe. So the shoe itself has two shanks. It's got one to protect you from the train, and it's got an internal TPU shank inside, which really alleviates some of the pressure that you get on your arch and works your way up your body to your knees. So that was a real positive in the boot. The shank also, which I didn't know but makes sense, keeps the integrity of the boot itself. So you get your investment in the shoes and they're going to last you a lot longer than a boot without that feature. The other thing I really wanted in this boot was versatility, because we only had limited luggage, so a couple of bags between the whole family because we were flying, we lived in a van, we took a lot of trains. So I basically had two shoe options, these and my Teva Universals, and they were a great match together. So I basically was able to wear these on long multi-day hikes. I also wore them on the plane, and they don't have any metal in, so you don't have to bother taking them off to go through the security. And I also wore them just wandering around town. And one of the great features about the boots that allowed me to do that was how light they are. So they come in, I think 333 grams is what they come in for the average size, which is a 7. So it's pretty light for a boot that holds so well on rough terrain and carrying a heavy pack. Another great feature Teva have in this boot is they have an inbuilt bootie, which keeps your foot nice and dry. So they are a waterproof shoe. All the way up the lacing, you're all protected because of that bootie inside. Because they're not leather, totally, they have some nice leather accents, but they're mostly a polyester mesh. They dry super quick, so that's great if you like us, only had one boot and you needed them to dry for the next morning. These were good for that. Well, I've got a little bit more detail in a written review for you guys, which hopefully will be on the blog, so you can all read that, which has got more of the technical information about the shoe itself. But if you are looking for a versatile shoe that you want to do a lot with, that's not as heavy as a hiking boot but more sturdy than, say, a runner or even just a day boot, I definitely recommend going into store and trying on these Tevas.